What are the benefits of regularly remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in daily life? They say, Dhikrullahi miftahu kulli khair. Remembrance of Allah is the key to all good. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in Surah Al-Ahzab in verse 41, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu dhkurullaha dhikran kathira. O you who believe, remember Allah with much remembrance and glorify Him by morning and by night. And Imam al-Qushayri in his tafsir says that remembrance of Allah is the foundation of the path of drawing closer to Allah. And it is the essence of presence and closeness to Allah. And it is the key to illuminating one's heart with the light of faith. The one who remembers Allah frequently, says Imam al-Qushayri, will find their heart purified, their soul illumined, and their affairs guided by divine grace. The great North African Imam Ahmad bin Ajiba rahimahullah ta'ala, commenting on another verse of the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands us, وَاذْكُرْ رَبَّكَ إِذَا نَسِيتَ, and remember your Lord when you forget, from Surah Al-Kahf verse 24, he says, meaning that, and this is by way of spiritual illusion, that you truly remember Allah when you forget other than Allah in your state of remembering Allah. So you're not just remembering with the tongue, but you have now become present with Allah by absenting yourself from other than Allah. Right? So he says, so real remembrance is when the one remembering Allah becomes absent from witnessing their own self, their form, their senses, such that Allah is primary in one's concern. Right? And this is pointed to, we can say from the Hadith Qudsi, that the Prophet ﷺ relates that Allah Most High says, أَنَا عِنْدَ ظَنِّ عَبْدِي بِي, I am as my servant thinks of me. وَأَنَا مَعَهُ حَيْثُ يَذْكُرُنِي, and I'm with them as they remember me. وَتَحَرَّكَتْ بِي شَفَتَاهُ, and when by me do their lips move in my remembrance. So one reaches a state of consciousness that even the moving of my lips, the production of these sounds, this is all created and being sustained by Allah. And this is a reality, says Ibn Ajiba, observable by those who have found a true spiritual path and a true spiritual guide, and who take the company of such a guide and tread the path of closeness to Allah. And Al-Hasan al-Basri is reported to have said, one of the great early Muslims, seek the sweetness of worship in three matters: in prayer, and in remembrance, and in recitation of the Quran. If you find them, then then proceed. And if not, then know that you have much work to do. Because these are three easy ways to find the sweetness of faith, right? In your work on, but what does it mean? That if you don't find the sweetness of consciousness of Allah in prayer, you got work to do. If you don't find sweetness in your remembrance, you got work to do. If you don't find sweetness when you recite the book of Allah, you got work to do. So work. And if you have worries and concerns, remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to facilitate. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.
La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah.